everyone, welcome back. So today I'm doing a swatch festival and a look, like a mini look on the new Maybelline Mini City palettes. I think that's what they're called. Of course I got it wrong. City Mini. So there are 6 palettes. I haven't even swatched 5 of them. When I opened one of them in Urban Jungle, which is like a bunch of greens, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, I posted a picture on my Snapchat and a ton of you were really interested in seeing and hearing about these palettes. Now I did a look with that one because that was what I was wearing and I was asked to sort of recreate the look. So this is the very similar to what I was wearing with this palette right here. And then I thought it would be great to swatch these. Now there, like I said, are 6 palettes. They are $9.99 each. That's just what they're listed on the Maybelline website. Now these were sent to me, so I haven't seen them in store yet. So I'm sure you can get quite a deal, like if you find them at Ulta. I know that they always do like Maybelline, you know, BOGO, so you can buy one, get one, 50% off maybe. So there is a way to sort of get deals on these. But I wanted to swatch all of the palettes and then go into this look if you were interested at the end. I will say, just from using this palette, I was pretty impressed. I thought all of the shades blended really well, and even if they didn't swatch the best on my hand, when I put them on the eyes, I felt like they showed up. They were pretty pigmented and they blended really well. So I'm just gonna start with this Urban Jungle palette because it's the one that I have open. We're gonna get some close-up swatches and I'm gonna show you everything, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the colors. And then if you want to hang around and see how I created this look, that will be at the very end. Okay, so this is the first palette. What I love about it is they have this like super bright highlight color right here. And then they have this really pretty gold shade. Both very pigmented, and they lay really nice on top of some of these other shades. This shade in green is super pretty and it blended out really well. And then they have this like shimmery, almost like antique sort of golden green. And then I'm going to swatch these other 2 shades. This is like a deep black with some glitter in it. The glitter does translate onto the eyes, but mainly it's a darker blackened green color. But some of those glitters do transfer onto the eyes, and you will have a little bit of fallout using this shade. I found I used that in my original look, but not in the look today. And then this shade is so beautiful. So let me swatch these and then I will wipe my hand off. I will dip my finger into this shade and this shade. Okay, we have this shade right here, which is a really pretty, almost like golden antique. This reminds me of Sumptuous Olive from MAC. And then we have this shade right here, which, as you can see, the darker sparkles, they do translate on the eye. It does not just come off as a deeper, darker color. Okay, here are all of those shades swatched. So this is that like really pretty olivey green color. This is like a really pretty highlight shade. I really loved this green, although it looks a little bit patchy in this swatch right here. I didn't want to build it up at all. I wanted to see the true swatches, but this shade is really beautiful and blends out really nicely. I love this shade. Like these together make a beautiful smoky look, and then if you want to add any of these on, it really lightens up the middle of the eye. So really pretty. If you're wanting to dabble in greens, this is a great palette. This next palette is called Rooftop Bronzes. So let's just start. Ooh. This one is like almost like a topper. It feels like super soft and it came off like pretty crumbly. But look at that bronze shade. That was really soft when I dug my finger into it. Ooh, that dark bronze is really beautiful as well. Let's get this shade right here. And then I'll go back and get the other shades. Okay, let's go for these last 2 shades right here. Ooh, those are really pretty. I'm gonna swatch these right here. Wow, this bronze palette is really beautiful. I love every single color in there, but they're all shimmery. So just for the record, you would have to bring in, even if you wanted to darken it up with like a deeper, darker, more matte brown, or a deeper, like a regular just matte transition color, you're gonna have to bring that in from another palette. but that's really, really beautiful. This palette is more purpley taupes. This is called Chill Brunch Neutrals. Seems like there's always like a glittery toppers type shade. Ooh, those are pretty. I love purples, so I thought I would like this palette, and so far, so good. That one doesn't look as pigmented. Okay, this is actually the only matte shade in any of these palettes, really, or like matte transitional shade. So here it is in this palette. It's like a matte plum shade. This matte shade is almost like as you can see, like wholly pigmented. It's like almost too buttery. I don't know how that would translate like on the eyes and blending, but it's very, very, like as you can see, it's kind of patchy because it's so buttery. These shades are almost like glitter overlays. Okay, then we have this shade and this shade right here. This looks like a matte cream shade. So I guess this palette has some really nice matte and highlighty shades. This matte cream shade is extremely pigmented. This is not as pigmented, but it's a very pretty wash. So this is a pretty palette. I just would be curious as to how this translates on the eyes. So, and I mean a lot of like shimmery lid colors, but that's very, very pigmented. It felt nice and soft. This one, like I said, is almost too soft. This is called Concrete Runway. So this has a little bit more bold colors in it. Let's get some swatches going. Ooh, that one's really soft. Very pretty. These are more subtle. Let's do the purple. And we'll come back for the other. Ooh, that's pretty, a pretty purple. Okay, so this shade right here is a matte shade. This is like a glitter topper. It's a pretty metallic blue. This is like a matte plum shade. Okay, then we have this black shade and a white. Okay, the white has like a sheen to it. This is like a gray, you can't even see it, but it's almost like a gray concrete shade. I want to almost get it a better swatch. Here you can see it right here. This black is pretty light. It's not that pigmented. So there is that palette. This is not leading me to be very inspired, I'm not gonna lie. This palette looked so pretty, so I really hope it swatches well. This is called Downtown Sunrise. So let's just get in here. Ooh, that peachy shade is just so pretty. That peachy shade is beautiful. These are two really pretty highlight shades. They're subtle, but they're beautiful. This is a nice brown. Okay, let me get into these two right here. Ooh, that's interesting color. Peach. It's almost like a skin tone matte peach color. And this is a really pretty, sort of like a slight sheen to it, but a really pretty pinky peach color. I love this palette. I think I would do a look with this palette next. Okay, the last palette is called Graffiti Pop. This has some bright colors in it, which are really pretty. So I'm excited to try this one. Woo, baby, baby, that's bright. Oh, that's pretty. I like that purple. This looks like a pretty palette. So far, that shade's really beautiful. That's a bright poppin' shade. This matte shade is like, hardly can tell, but that's a pretty purple shade. All right, let's get in there with this shade and this shade. Boom, baby. Okay, so that is like a brighter purple, and then this is a cream color with a slight sheen to it. Okay, hopefully that helped to see some of the palettes up close, to see them swatched, and to hear a little bit about swatching them. Obviously, every palette is different. Some palettes swatch amazing, and then they don't apply great to the eyes. Same with some palettes swatch kind of crappy and then they apply amazing to the eyes. So you never really fully know until you're applying it to the eyes. I'm going to start working through some of these palettes and trying them out, and I'm going to report back to you guys. So definitely make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to start reporting back in my Friday videos and let you guys know what palette I tried that week and what I thought of it, if it was a flop or if it was, you know, a good palette. If you guys are interested in this look, now I think I showed you my lips. I didn't show you my foundation or any of my skin products, but it's just basically like my lips and my eyes. I will leave everything else in the information box below of what's on my face if you're interested. Go ahead and keep watching if you want to see this. If you're going to check out and you just came for the swatches, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into this look.